Redon International is a leading silicate-based manufacturer for warehouse floor. As you know that designing a warehouse and laying out your floor plan, there are lots of things to consider. The planning of warehouse racking and sufficient space for forklifts movement, foot traffic, and material handling equipment is important during design stage. The concrete floor is one of the key element of executed project. As all the commercial activity whether it is inside of warehouse or outside of warehouse happens, so robust performance indeed. Every developer wants to design a cost-effective building especially if you are the owner. 5 basic objectives can be achieved through great building design and every project should be ignited with these objectives. These objectives are economical, functional, performance, sustainable and safety concern. This is responsibility of architect, structure designer and contractor. It is important not to compromise the goals and performance of the building when managing the costs. 5 basic fundamental objectives can be achieved by building designer. Complete assessment of safety parameters are mandatory prior of execution while planning and designing the building. The design building should fulfill environmental responsibility and balances the cost of project. People's need will be at high priority. Application of TR34 guidelines provides user to less maintenance of floor, less damage to the forklift tires, increases productivity of employed manpower and minimizes the activity time. TR34 guidelines concrete floor are objective of construction. George Technical Survey. Subbase and its load-bearing capacity. Cement grade, brand, type of cement, OPC or PPC. Concrete mix design and its grade M20 or M25 or greater. Concrete procurement, site mixing or through RMC supplier. Concrete thickness 100 mm or 150 mm or as per designed load. Professional contractor for the project. Floor construction method. Steel reinforcement and its spacing as per designed load. Dowels at construction joints. Joint detailing. Saw cut joint spacing. Construction joint spacing. Isolation joint spacing. Reinforcement at column termination. Floor hardener and its dosage. Concrete curing system. Concrete floor finishing system, VDF or truss or laser screed. Concrete floor treatment to avoid future concrete's problems such as carbonation, dusting, abrasion. The costs of a site investigation are low in relation to the overall costs of the project and may be further reduced by intelligent forward planning. Discussion at an early stage with building consultant or architect can help to formulate an efficient and economic plan. In geotechnical survey, California bearing value plays very important role to assess the performance of soil. California bearing ratio, CBR, tests are sometimes used to assess soil performance. In test figure shows relationship between CBR modulus of subgrade reaction K. A subbase has 3 main purposes for great floor performance. To provide a working platform for the construction activity, which will help to run under heavy material movement. To provide a level formation for the construction of the floor slab and to transmit the load from the floor slab to the subgrade. Subbases are usually constructed from stable, well-graded granular type 1 or type 2 stone material. A cement is a binder substance, used in construction that sets, hardens, and react with water to solidify other materials to bind them together. Cement is seldom used on its own, but rather to bind sand and gravel together. Generally there are 2 types of cement. Ordinary Portland cement. Portland Pozzolana cement. Concrete mix design is first key foundation for achieving performance in the concrete. The grade of concrete should be well and lab tested. Concrete procurement can be managed as per available sources. The mix design and its performance will be solely depend upon equipment and guidelines provided. It is site engineer's responsibility to take care at this level. This is responsibility of architect for designing the slab thickness according to designed load. It can be 100 mm, 125 mm, 150 mm or greater in thickness. Professional contractor means a contractor with skill and experience in and the expertise and resources necessary to carry out and complete works of a similar nature to the works. According to Concrete Floor Technical Report No. 34 3rd edition Section 8.1 states that floor can be laid in three manners. Long strip construction, laid in series of strips typically 4 to 6 meters wide. Wide bay construction, similar to long strip but strips are typically 8 to 15 meters wide. Large area construction floors are jointed, floors up to several thousand, max 40 to 50 meters spacing in length and width. Square meters typically laid by laser screed sawn-induced joints formed within 24 hours after casting on 6 to 8 meters grid. According to TR 34 3rd edition Section 8.1 also states about joint spacing. In jointed floors the objective is to minimize the risks of cracks in panels. This can be achieved by considering following points. Limiting the length to width ratio, the aspect ratio 1 to 1.5. of all areas between free movement joints. Limiting the longest dimension between sawn joints to typically 6 meters avoiding reentrant corners. Avoiding panels with acute angles at corners. Avoiding restraint to shrinkage by using isolation details around fixed points. Avoid point load at joints. Proper detailing of joints. Designing their location and filling material with cut thickness will be calculated prior as per specification provided by consultant. Reinforcement detailing is the main consideration of structure designer. Detailing the steel reinforcement and its application-related problems, implementation and process of execution plays greater role in load transferring system and in safety concern. Impact load analysis is always key consideration of structure designer. In traditional reinforcement system engineer should always be alert for correct placement of it. Supporting spacer, ring, bar and stand. In traditional system steel bar used in place of plate dowel due to economical point of consideration at construction joints for load transferring. Load will not be equally transferred through the round steel bar because less surface area available for transferring and it creates point load at concrete section. Plate dowel system is a new innovation in load transfer mechanism. Large surface area provides better load transfer system. Plastic sleeve eliminates lateral restraint between concrete section. Without plate dowel floor may damage that joint spacing if load exceeds at curled joints. While execution proper isolation from fixed point is main consideration for avoiding wind load and other building pressure transferred to the floor. It will be great in pre-engineering building as compared to RCC structure. Isolation at column and termination point should be well designed by extra reinforcement. Contractor should be more aware about granolithic and monolithic floor laying system. Any mistake will be in the form of floor damage and with its related problem. Dowel sleeve and plate application are very easy at construction joints. Why curing is important and how plays great role in concrete performance. Curing is essential, as its concrete strength depends on the way in which it loses water. Improper curing can easily cut the strength of best designed concrete by 50%. To prevent scaling of the concrete surface, complete hydration of cement and pozzolanic reaction at the surface should be maximum to make strong and impermeable concrete. Concrete that has not been timely cured will dry out fast and series of micro cracks will form. Sub-base level check before concrete finishing system has great role in final level. All flooring laying method have predefined methodology and their system. After consideration of all these points building owner still faces the floor problems of carbonation and dusting over the floor, then we have solution with Redon hard colloidal silica. One-time treatment for the life of your concrete floor. Contact for more info and site visit, write us or call us on below given address.